it's Minnie St. Clair here, and I am on day 3 of the 3-day video challenge inspired by Doc Rock and Ecamm live stream 2 days ago. So I wanted to make sure, because I believe yesterday I mentioned that I'm doing a presentation today for a national organization. It was for March of Dimes Canada, where I was the member spotlight, and I spotlight my skill set and knowledge on navigating disability benefits through entrepreneurship. It was a good attendance. I think there was like 13 people that showed up. And my computer did not crash on me. I was worried about that. Luckily, it held out. Some of them with a graphics card and the 2 monitors. It does a weird black screen, but I think I figured out by updating the graphics cards, because an NVIDIA graphics card in there and an AMD graphics card in there for my Asus TUF Gaming A17 laptop. It mostly does what it's supposed to do. But for the purpose of a presentation, I can't have afforded to, not present the way I needed to. It did. I'm very happy it did that. So part of the presentation, I'm learning everything that's connected to disability benefits, income, social assistance, income threshold, criteria, eligibility, why you have clawbacks, then assets, building savings, buying a home, owning a car, all the normal life things a person would like to accomplish in our, capitalist society that we have here, are harder to do with a disability, which means you have to get very creative in how you plan them out and who you plan them out with. So and then my question, so someone submitted a question in the presentation, before the presentation. It was a long question, and I had to break it down of eliminate the irrational fear, focus on solutions, focus on what can you do, focus on encouraging that the goal that they want to achieve is a very worthy goal to achieve. Like owning a car and a house is possible, but they're going to have to figure out how to work more than 5 hours or have a business that pays them more income. And then other questions were in there of, if you have savings and money and bills, I have to refer back to the Dave Ramsey baby steps, because I know that framework of start with saving $1,000 for your starter emergency fund, then you pay off your consumer debt. And because being in Canada, we have resources for our bankruptcy system is a whole lot easier to manage, in the sense that I filed one in 2019 for my debt at the time was like $8,000, but only $6,000 was dischargeable. Yeah, so $2,000 out of it was like my business stuff for like an independent person, so I couldn't include it in the Canadian bankruptcy because the business I owed money to was an American, so I had to figure out how to pay that on my own. But all my Canadian debt, student loan, credit cards, was there anything else in there? No, just student loan and credit cards. Oh yeah, Easy Financial. That's a installment loan. That the other videos on my YouTube channel when I was paying off debt in round 1. Fight. Yeah, that. So that was included in a consumer proposal. So just answering the questions. So like, you start with setting up your $1,000 emergency fund. Then I mentioned that my insurance for my tenant is a deductible of $1,000. So I need to make sure I have another $1,000 saved for the insurance deductible. Like, there's a lot of things involved in personal finance that I can't give you a generic answer, because all the parts have to be involved, and then you have to do them within the rules of disability benefits. Like, the advanced level of personal finance is when you have a disability. This is why I make the videos. This is why I'm kind of liking this whole 3-day challenge thing, which y'all know I'm doing the thing. It's a lot of work. Yes, it is. But I feel very rejuvenated. I feel very motivated. I now understand what I need to do for myself, because it's expensive to be poor. Like, legally expensive to be poor because of the insurance industry. Like, if you have a disability with high medical costs and you don't meet the full criteria to qualify for government assistance programs, you have to pay for that medical cost out of pocket. So let's say you only make, like, every province is different too. Like British Columbia, Alberta, Nova Scotia, Ontario, and any other disability program on the provincial level, all different rules. Then we got programs on the federal level like Canada Pension Plan, GIS, OIS, now the Canada Disability Benefit. We have a lot of things to remember and juggle them together and make them fit like a 5,000 piece puzzle. And if you miss a piece of the puzzle, you don't see the picture in the puzzle, which that ended up being my way of answering a question, because I was like, look, I'm very happy for the questions. I'm very happy. I don't know everything, but I have a general idea of an answer to the questions based on my lived experience being eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program, eligible for the Canada Disability Benefit, eligible for a registered disability savings plan. Disability tax credit, registered disability savings plan. Then getting my account, the registered disability savings plan, to $100,000, because there's a golden ticket that happens with compound interest and investments when your account gets $100,000, and then every rule of 72, or it doubles every 7 years, happens in that account, which I work with a financial advisor to manage my investments, and then I have to make sure all my investments follow the rules of Ontario Disability Support Program with Section 4.8 life insurance. And then I touched on, do you set up a trust fund? There's a lot of parts. And then of course, I try to include other people to think about having conversations with their family. So when they do their estate planning, if you get an inheritance and it moves into the right disability accounts for Ontario, I have to focus on Ontario. If I try to think of another I don't know how it's going to work. I really don't. I know there's I know you could work on each program, and the more money you make, the less benefits you get, which is not a bad thing. It's just a strategy involved to make that happen. That's just what that is. And I need a stand for my iPhone because I'm holding it with my hand right now. But I'm gonna wrap up here. So I just want to let you know that day 3 of the 3-day video challenge inspired by Doc Rock, I officially finished the 3-day challenge. I think I have to do another one in July. I think once a month I do a 3-day video challenge, and we see how we do, to see if I do 3-day video challenges once a month until the end of the year. Be kind of nice. I'll see. So yeah, first time seeing my face, you want to see more of this face, subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next one. Smooches. Bye.